Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So on the 8 hour, we have the confirmation of a crossover. It is in play at the moment. We are forming a bit of a wedge at the moment. So I am anticipating some kind of a pullback. Our inverse head and shoulders, which is this one here, is still very much in play. Which is up there. So that's still very much in play, but we've got a lot to get through if you look to the left before we actually get to there. We are in an area which I would anticipate some kind of resistance, and look at all these tails on this level here, and I'll look at those now in the lower time frames. So I'm still looking for a pullback, for a reset, and then a continuation. That's kind of what I'm looking for. We're not really getting that opportunity. Oscillators are indicating we need to be doing that. Trend is up on the 3 hour, and it's strongly to the upside. It's been up for 3 weeks now. This is the 4th week that it's been up. So that is something that we really need to be paying attention to. And if we drop down to the hour, you can see, we've been in a really strong uptrend. Nothing really here indicating we need to be worried. This pullback that we had yesterday was a bit of a slap in the face, because we were looking for a break and retest of that area, and we got the break, but we didn't get the retest. It came to test the bottom area, which that does happen. It just basically means you need to stay out of it. We did tag 13972. That has been sort of hit at the moment. So what we're looking for is still continue with the trend, but we need to look for structure to buy off, and there's nothing here that interests me. This level is still the one in play, and that is 13865. I'm going to drop the 50-minute quickly just to double check what we have here. And I suppose hindsight being a perfect science, should have had that tail in and the last tail in this cluster, and you can see there was our pin bar off that, and then we had quite a few pin bars in this area. Story of threes here, grouping of the oscillators. So take it back, there was a decent entry here. It was bottom of the range, this range it was formed, but just look to the left, which I didn't do, and there you can see the reason for it. Okay, so that was an entry. Let's just see what we've got here. We've got the similar setup here. There's a previous swing high, and that is the weekly high. So we tried to test it here, and that fell. That's kind of what what I'd have been looking for. Was, I did tell you yesterday, look for that break and retest of that, and there's a nice pin bar, boom, stop, and then we just basically take out all the stops. The institutions are playing games with us at the moment. That's another retail trap, that fairly strong retail trap as well. Nothing you can do about it. So anyway, we got to just wait for the institutions to figure out what direction they're going in, instead of them just trying to make money. So if they're looking for long-term gains, then you'll be fine. But at the moment, it looks like they're looking for short-term gains, and they will use every strategy that we have. They will use against us, because they'll know exactly what we're doing, and they have the algorithms to do that. Anyway, I'm still of opinion, pull back down to here. So this is the area. Then I take this level, and then there's one more here. There, but that has been tested going into close. This one wasn't tested. So anything between 13905, 13880, and 13805. That's kind of what I would be expecting. Some kind of a pullback into that area before another move up. It does look like it's a little bit of a flat top triangle here forming as well. But just bear in mind, this level up here at 13972 is a big one. If I just come to the weekly, the 155 EMA, you can see this cluster here, and that's kind of what we're battling with. And might as well just add the top level there, because that's the area we would have to get above and find support, and that's at 14162. Lastly, before we go, just bear in mind on pretty much my strategy, price action, we are flirting with the 155 on the weekly. So if this weekly flips into a red bar, so a tail up there, and then a body that closes below last week, that is a signal of a rejection. And any break below that would give us a continuation down. I'll keep that in the back of your mind. But obviously, you've still got 2 days to go in the week, so not something that you're going to be trading. You're looking for anything from the 15-minute down to the 5-minute, depending how much time you have available to yourself. And if I just look at the 5 and you look at the situation from yesterday, nothing really that would have, you'd have gone much further back. But anyway, that is the picture that you've got there. You can see a little bit of a range break, no real retest, but anyway, you get what I'm talking about. There's a setup right there. There's a break, pull back to test, inside bar, look at my oscillators, separated nicely, and then you have a number of green bars. And that would have been a 62-point gain for 5-point risk. So fairly decent risk to reward that. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Well, tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.